Welcome back to this episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I am Andrew McCarthy, and to my left, I am joined by the sophomore back from the women's soccer team, Karen Johnson-Hoffman. Karen, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
So you're now 7-4-1 this season. You started off 6-1-1, a six-game winning streak, and then you've lost the previous three. So a bit of a high mountain followed by a bit of a low valley. So what have you liked so far? What have you guys liked doing? What do you think you guys have been doing well? Versus what are some things that you think you can improve at the midway point of the season?
Well, we changed things up, especially during Southern Maine with 5 backs, 3 mids, and 2 up top. So we'd like to change things up, and we're just moving forward. So, yeah.
The most recent loss was a bit of an interesting one. No Chloe Angelone or Nicole Nunes. So you had to go to, I believe, freshman back Grace Ackerman, making her collegiate debut at goalkeeper. Yeah. She made a couple of saves. Obviously not the outcome you wanted. It was a 3-0 loss. But still, a lot of heart shown by Grace Ackerman in goal. What did you like from her? And does that really give a boost of morale and maybe confidence to the team?
Of course. She's a starting back, and she played very well. And Coach told us we had to play like we had no goalie, so that's exactly what we did.
The past 3 losses, now you're in conference play. By the time this airs, you'll be facing UMass Dartmouth. You're currently sitting 4th in the Little East Conference. UMass Dartmouth a little bit below in the standings. What do you guys need to do to try and get back in the win column and try to get a win over the Corsairs?
Coach always says repetition breeds success, so just keep doing what we're doing, move forward, do what we're doing in practice. Yeah.
It seems like every time I interview someone from the women's soccer team, everyone comes up with a different quote from Coach Pinsence. How many does he really have just loaded in his arsenal?
He has a lot up his sleeve.
I've always heard very different ones. That's another good one from Coach Phil Pinsence. Now in his second year, but already a drastic improvement from last year to this year. Last year, only 2 wins. This year, more than triple that number, up to 7. You've been doing a phenomenal job, but I want to talk more about you and, more importantly, your first collegiate goal earlier in the year against Mount Holyoke. You talked about earlier on our radio show, Anchored in Athletics on 790 The Score, but take us back to that moment here for Inside RIC Athletics. What was that moment like on the road, your first collegiate goal?
It was definitely a rush of excitement for sure. I wasn't expecting to shoot it. I mean, he told me to take the free kick, and he was like, just put it on frame. Just went in, so it was like, it was really rush of excitement.
About as well as you could expect it to go.
You're right.
So in the defensive side for your team, it's yourself. What do you usually play? Center back?
Center back.
Center back. Carol Matamoros also helping as well.
Yes.
Jalen Fernandez playing back most of the time as well. What do you think is – you're incredible defensively as a team, one of the lowest goals against stats in the conference. What do you think has been the recipe for success?
Shifting. We shift a lot. We talk a lot. Communication is key. So communication for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. So 5 games left in the season. UMass Dartmouth this Saturday, and then also facing the likes of Keene State and WestCon in terms of conference play for the rest of this year. Who are you most looking forward to playing against, and what do you think you most have to prove, both individually and as a team, for the rest of the season?
Well, we're trying to cause an upset for sure in the conference, especially when we like going down, and coaches wants us like spike up for sure. We couldn't agree more. So we're really looking forward to go against every team in the conference. So yeah.
It definitely looks like a berth in the Little East Conference tournament is just around the corner. I mean, only 5 games left. By the time November hits, it'll be tournament time. And, obviously an upset and getting a playoff win under your belt has got to be a good feeling. So you're from Groton, Connecticut. Obviously, the majority of student athletes here, as well as the majority of athletes on your team, they're all Rhode Island natives.
Yes.
So what was the reasoning from going from, you live in Groton, Connecticut, from switching borders, going from Connecticut to Rhode Island?
Not only was it cheaper, but I saw I can pursue academics and soccer at the same time, so I thought that was pretty cool.
You are a criminal justice major, obviously a good degree getting here at Rhode Island College in criminal justice. On top of that, playing soccer as well and doing stuff like this inside RIC Athletics, and also appearing on our radio show Anchored in Athletics just a couple of weeks ago. Yes. Karen, thank you very much for joining us today. That's all the time we have. By the time this airs, it'll be halftime against UMass Dartmouth on Saturday, but still, best of luck for the remainder of the season. We hope to see you down the line.
Thank you.
My name is Andrew McCarthy. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Inside RIC Athletics, and we hope to see you next time.